she went. How is look, my eyes twitching already. How everybody? How is everybody? Where'd y'all go? Wait, there we go. Okay, we have an interesting topic tonight, y'all. When you guys show up, wherever you are. There you are. Yeah, this will be interesting. I've been talking about it all day, so not intentionally. It's just been being talked about. But first, I have absolutely no slow. Okay, this is the user, slow on the world, okay? So whoever uses the acronym slow on the world, so beautiful, sent me a sterling silver. Now get a load of this. Peanut obsidian, y'all. Peanut obsidian. Peanut obsidian. Yeah. It's like you could eat it or cuddle it, right? So which do you do? So this is peanut obsidian right here. Isn't that beautiful? It just needs a little chain. I'm going to get a little silver chain. I have all beautiful stuff, but I want to try this. So it looks like when obsidian, of course, works with the root chakra, the sacral chakra on grounding, but peanut obsidian, I think would do the same. It would really focus you on grounding to the earth and all of those things. So isn't that beautiful? So whoever is, and it came from Extreme Gems 2010. So that's where it came from. So XG, and then slow on the world. So thank you. It does not say your name. I got no name here. But I do have peanut obsidian, y'all. It was silver. So there you go. Yeah, so there you go. Thank you so much for that. Hola. How is everybody? Yes, I just came back, just so y'all know, I came back from my lymphatic drainage. So I'm trying to clean myself up. So I had lymphatic drainage done. I'm doing that just for a little bit, just to clear out, my nonsense. So just to like move stuff and clean stuff in the body. That's what I did. So that's what I did. Yeah. Cool. All right. Sister Sloan. Sounds like a sick Whoopi Goldberg movie. Sick. Yeah. And then, so anyway, that's what I did. I do it like once a week. Sometimes during the year, just when I feel like I need to. So it's really kind of interesting. Yeah, so I've been drawn. I love obsidian. I'm fucking obsessed with obsidian. So my back is doing much better. One hip is out, and that's just from hiking. So I'm learning how to work it so I can fix my hip. Anyway, I want to start off with a few things. Before I start off with what lymphatic, it drains so they get under your, your lymphatics. So you got two lymphs here, when you're swollen throat, under your arms, right in your groin area and behind your knees. Anyway, no, she massages me. And she's very sweet, Stephanie. So she does that, and that's what she does. And I found her through Paige. So Paigey sent me to her. So that's how I have nodes in lymphatic. Yeah, have nodes in lymphatic. That sounds just like astrology. Anyway, Paigey sent me to her. So she does all kinds of things like for the body, to help the body be better. And sometimes I need drainage because I get sluggish as shit. So I get very sluggish. Yes, rebounding exercise is excellent as well. I worked all morning, and I just wanted to say to my Canadian people, okay, because we've got Canada going cuckoo bird out there, Canada going insane, okay? So to my Canadian people, what the hell are they now in Ontario? I've got to just make sure my top there, I can see myself. Okay, so my Canadian clients are like, they're knocking on the door. Knock, knock. Hi, this is the Canadian Communist County, and we'd like to know if you got a in your arm. Who does this? Why are you answering? Don't answer these people when they get to your door, right? Yes, coconut oil. I use coconut oil too. I mean, I do not understand. This is why I left Canada years ago. I always called it Communist Canada. And I had to listen to my friends. Aw, thank you. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. Yes, in Chicago with your cute husband and kids. Not mentioning any names. So cute. Yeah, the truckers are going to Ottawa, but my client told me, and I read online that Little Castro isn't in Ottawa, so they're going to block the, um, Parliament buildings, which is what we call them. And Trudeau's not going to stand there. He's a soy boy. Yeah, you're proud of them, but it's a fruitless effort because Soy Boy's not there. He's on vacation because he's a pampered little princess bitch, is what he is. He should be taken down. He should be taken down, kicked out. I can't believe Canadians voted for him. I can't understand it. Like, I just don't know how I'm from that country. I don't get it. I must not supposed to be from there or something. I don't know, but I was born there. Anyway, it's very bizarre to me that they have this issue, right? So, I mean, Canada, very sad. Like, what, are you gone crazy? That's why I escaped like 37, 38 years ago, whenever it was. And let's see, I have notice on my door, no one will ring the bell or it costs. That's good. Yeah. Oh, I have cameras outside my door. If you come to my door, I can talk through there and I'm just like, fuck off. If they even try to talk, it's like, fuck off. I don't even, and my friend said to me, you don't even listen to people. I'm like, if they come up to me, that's just what you're getting. I don't want to hear it. Like, get away from me. Mm-mm. It's so weird. Like, what is wrong with Canada? What the hell is it? What? Knock, knock. Communist Canada run under Justin Castro. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I've argued with friends. I've been at dinner meetings with friends, dinner fun time with friends, and they're literally like talking in front of me. Canada's a great country. Canada's so this, then fucking move there. Oh no, the taxes are too high. Then what the fuck are you talking about? For the love of God. That's what I want to say. Anyway, did y'all hear about Michael Madsen's son? And Tarantino's, fat Doug Ford, fat Rob Ford, fat fuck Doug Ford. Did you hear about Quentin Tarantino's godchild killing himself? Right. So here's the thing. Michael Madsen's son, 26 years old. Michael Madsen in a lot of movies. I remember him way back. Aurora, Ontario. I know it well. I rollerbladed through Aurora High on LSD quite a bit. Never repeat that, but I did. I had to go down the street to go to King City. It was part cement and part dirt, whatever. I can't remember. Anyhow, not the point. Not the fucking point. But yeah, his son is how old is his son? 26, I think. Of course it does. It says alleged suicide. Of course, but when you're oh my God, Anthony, get out of Toronto for God's sakes. Get the hell out. Let's just look up Michael Madsen's son. Either way, you know what? It's not okay. Like, it's just not okay, no matter what. So, yeah, this is Michael Madsen. He's actually a pretty good at Reservoir Dogs. He's quite a good actor. But he comes from a family that's in the industry. Mother wins Emmys. Mother gets, Pulitzer Prize. So he comes from a family very familiar. Okay, he was in Kill Bill. Yeah, I just know Marina's husband, David Carradine, was in Kill Bill. But anyway, his little son dies by suicide at age 26, his little baby son, Hudson. And I feel, there's his son with the blue cap on. But I feel really bad that his little son, Hudson, died. So I'm going to pray for anybody who loses a child. Horrific. And I do like his acting. I like everything about his looks. His sister's Virginia Madsen. She married, I think she married Antonio Sabato Jr. Is that his name? Sexy as shit. She got herself, I think she's a kid with him. Maybe I'm making that up in my head. Either way, she married him. Sorry, I liked him. But anyway, not the point. Everybody hates him because he was for Trump. But I can't stand that this young man died. And I want to say that he is godson to Quentin Tarantino, which means anybody around your famous friends, your children can be taken out too. You never know. Yeah, Virginia Madsen. Exactly. She was on movies too. She was in movies too. Yes. I know, Antonio. Right? Wasn't he cute? Yeah, anyway, Virginia got him. She lost her Virginia to Antonio. Yeah, he was fantastic. Yeah, I think they're divorced. Anyway, Antonio was really darling. Back before I understood what these people are doing. anyway, beautiful man. I thought, it's so funny. I have a certain look in men and I marry the opposite. You know what I'm saying? I always marry Canadian older white men, but I have like a taste that has a little flair for the darker skin. It's just funny. Um, it's funny to me that my taste goes this way, but I go that way. Anyway, I can appreciate a handsome man all the way around. Let's look his pictures up just while we're starting. Okay, he's not so handsome right now, unfortunately. Well, let's look at him. Yeah, let's look at him. He's Italian born. Fantastic. Let's look. Let's look at him. Yeah, she married this guy. This is when he's younger. He's looking a little bit pasty right now. Look, I will put this out here. He needs some nipple rings, but other than that, and some tattoos. But look at this. Yeah, he's cute, right? Anthony, don't be mad. Anthony in Toronto. I'm like, no. That cracks me up. Right now, he's looking like an old white guy. So see, he's right, and he's like put on the weight, and he's like looking. Yeah. Anyway, this is him older. I don't know if he's older than me or not, but he's looking like a white guy old now, so I can actually date him. Joking, y'all. Okay, so anyway, lab monkeys. I know, free the monkeys. Why are you picking on monkeys, for God's sakes? He should have been in a boy band. Oh, definitely. He should have been a little bit tatted up and maybe with like a collar around his neck. Sorry, I'm just saying. No, he's looking like an older white guy from Canada who's lost his tan. All right, I'll stop. I will fucking stop saying that shit. Tennessee, running late. Hi, Jacqueline from Tennessee. Oh, I know Jason Momoa is good, but when I saw the video of him with his daughters inching his hand across their breasts, I can't go there. When I see a man even jokingly do shit like that, I can't go there. Like, I can't go there. It's nothing I can do. So I can't, right, Jared? I can't. Like, if you're going to touch your daughters like that, I can't fucking talk to you. But I know what he is. I saw it. I saw that. But okay, so then we have that. Then I have to just get with this. Thank you so much, Starseed. Hi from Ireland. Okay, so I do pray for Michael Madsen's son, and I do feel they're born into the family, and they don't know what hits them. They often think it's going to be somebody else's, kid or but when it comes down to your kid, you got movie, you got fame, you're in the family, the sins of the parents, especially the father, passed on down to you, your grandson, your son, their grandson, gone, right? His son has long hair too. Very sad. I'm just sad that anybody who's 26 died. I almost can't take it. We should. When I was pitching, I'll get to the point in a second. I know y'all turn on my stupid, no one supports Trudeau. I know you turn on my chat and you're like, this bitch never talks about what she says. But the next thing I just wanted to say is, what's his name in Canada, right? What's his name? Neil Young, Neanderthal Neil Young. Hello, Neil Young, you Neanderthal, okay? He looks like a troglodyte. No, really. I don't even, cinnamon girl, whatever. Fuck off, Neil Young. I was always like, people were like, oh my God, Neil Young's Canadian. And I was like, oh my God, no. Oh my God, no. So Neil Young gets up there on Spotify, and we'll vote for you, Anthony, to get the hell out of Toronto. Yeah, he looks like a fucking troglodyte. Anyway, when I was a teenager and they're like, Neil Young's so cool, I'm like, no. He's Canadian. Like, no. Maybe he had a good song or two, but I couldn't get past his face, to tell you the truth. I don't know why he looks like that, but he literally looks like a caveman out of a fucking caveman movie. I'm sorry, it's true. And he's Canadian, I can't do it. So no. Yeah. So then, I'm sorry, boiling again. So then he says, Neil Young, hey, Spotify, you bitches, it's either me or Joe Rogan. I think they're making millions off of Joe Rogan, and who the fuck are you, Neil Young? I know. I'm just saying, he tried to get Joe Rogan. Neil Young, fucking whiny soy boy, even though he looks like a fucking Neanderthal, from Canada, crying like a bitch. I'm Canadian. I don't want you to have a TV show. Don't talk that way, little bitch. I mean, Jesus, whatever, bitch ass. Yeah, I just really, I can't. I just can't. I can't handle when my people in Canada are like whiny. Yeah, he is still alive. I thought he married Daryl Hannah. For the love of God, what must that sex life look like? I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Please, for God's sakes, don't tell me. Whatever Joe Rogan is, well, he's a Neanderthal. He's Sasquatch. You know that Neil Young is Sasquatch, right? You know this. He's fucking Sasquatch. Bigfoot. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah, she pegs him exact. I can't. I just can't. Let's see Neil Young, what sign he is. Because no. Like Neil Young. Neil Young wants his music scrubbed from Spotify because of a vaccine conversation with Joe Rogan. I'm a whiny Canadian. This is why I had to leave Canada. Sorry for everybody in Canada. I'm really sorry. Because of vaccine misinformation on the platform. Neil Young, you have musical misinformation. You do sing off key and you have visual misinformation. You look like you belong on a different planet. So you need to be scrubbed off the planet. What a freak. Anyway, I want to see Neil Young's birthday just so I think it's so much fun more fun talking to Antonio, right? I mean, please. All right, Neil Young. I mean, my God, who says that? What kind of whiny pussy ass man? Oh my God. Oh, he's a professor. Well, that figures. Professor. Yeah. They feel a sense of entitlement. I bet you he wants a gold medal he is Sasquatch. And I mean, look at this guy. For you guys that don't know what Neil Young looks like, let me find his image. I'm going to show you all what this Canadian, what we produce out of Canada. Thank God my parents were from another planet because a sassy Sasquatch. This is what we produce. This is Neil Young. This. Doesn't he look like Marty Feldman? You remember Marty Feldman? I shouldn't be mean, but he's a Scorpio. Oh, doesn't that figure? Whiny little pussy ass bitch. Oh my God, who's saying this? Yeah. That's Neil Young. Canada. I know. Neil Young is married. It is a matted troll. I can't. I don't know. You know what? Seriously. And I'm going to say this again. Your appearance, your soul, and like a naked weasel, your appearance, your soul, your face, the way that you're put together is a blessing or not. So this man got all his fame and all his money looking like that, but you know there's something wrong with him. His eyes going this way. He could fix that, but he's cuckoo. That's right. He's looking over there. He's not, no, he's like 70 something. Well, Eric Clapton is a traitor too. Eric Clapton went and got, I can't stand, Canadians, like who did we have in Canada? Okay. What's his name? Oh my God, his kids went to school with me. And the daughter, you know who I mean, the folk singer. We have fucking folk singers and airy fairy and stupid ass shit. I know people actually respect their music and that's fine. But when you look like that, I'm not listening to your music. So no. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Oh my God, the singer. No, and Ryan Reynolds. Hi, this is Mint Mobile and I'm Ryan Reynolds. You bought Mint Mobile, did you, Ryan Reynolds? What did you have to do? Rush. Okay, Rush is good. Gordon Lightfoot, thank you. Bingo. Well, he wasn't bad looking. Let's look up Gordon Lightfoot. Then I will start talking normal. But I just wanted to mention Neil Young because it was so offensive to me. I was like, no, Ryan's not funny. Oh, Bryan Adams is fantastic. Sorry. But Brian and Drake. Drake's, you know what Drake is. Drake got to Bieber and you know how, and is Lori Lightfoot? No, Lori Lightfoot, Gordon Lightfoot. No, not Lori Lightfoot. No, Rush is Canadian. It's fine. Whatever. Oh, Shania Twain. She's totally sold out though. She's totally sold out. I mean, she's just literally sold out. And her husband looked like Neil Young. She actually married a guy that looked like Neil Young. Anyway, yeah, Gordon Lightfoot. It's his daughter that was in our school briefly. I mean, see, Gordon Lightfoot is also a Scorpio. Yeah, Mutt Lang, exactly. Is also a Scorpio born in Yeah, he don't look so good right now. Yeah, Aurelia, Ontario, y'all. He's born in Aurelia. Did you know that? No, I didn't even know that. I mean, who's born in Aurelia, Ontario? Yeah, well, I know what Drake did. Drake likes some young boys. Yes, Drake, I said it. I said it right the fuck to you. You do. Okay, wait, I'm still looking up Gordon Lightfoot when he was younger. Not now, because he's like 83. So really, the person selling out by the droves, the person who is the most beautiful man in his 80s, I'm sorry, is Robert Redford, an old white guy. All right, so I'm going to talk about that in a sec. Hold on, Lightfoot. I have to do this because I'm insane, okay? I know Drake's just a big whatever. Yeah, so let's look at Gordon Lightfoot. When he was younger, yeah, I'll just look at him when he was younger. He was darn cute, but when he aged, he kind of looks like the crazy man up in the Ozarks. Don't yell at me for that statement either. Anyway, young Gordon Lightfoot, youngish Gordon Lightfoot, right? So I guess we all age like crazy, but Gordon Lightfoot, I mean, all right, I don't know how this happened. But well, I guess he's in his 80s. He definitely looks Canadian, but there he is. Yeah, he was fine when he was young, but what happened here? What happened? What happened? I don't know. I'm not to judge. These are supposed to be for freedom. Canadians are for communism. Anyway, yes, Robert Redford's on the list. I can't hear you. I'm just saying, looks like too many drugs. Exactly. Exactly. John Schneider, I know. Excuse me. I'm not going to tell that story. I can't tell that story. Anyway, I just fucking can't deal with everybody. Communism ages you, apparently. Right, exactly. Undercover brothers. Paul Newman was gay. Now, I'm going to tell that story. Oh, shut up, Sloan. Okay, so Claudette, I mentioned her a lot. I used to hike with her. I'm going to talk about the sex magic in a sec. But anyway, I used to hike with Claudette, and she worked in the industry from New York all the way along, right? So when she was in New York, she said Paul Newman was about 5'7". This is her, and she's taller than me. Anyway, we hiked. You meet a lot of people, you know, on the hiking trail. And Claudette was the one that did John Snyder, Bo Duke. Well, you don't think they get where they get, do you? Anyway, Claudette and I met hiking, and Claudette's husband died. I met her husband hiking too. He was in the industry. They've been in the industry since they're like 20. And yes, please come up here, please. I'm doing a Thai food run later. Just come up here. I can't text on my phone. I see the text come there, and I text on my other phone so that I can text. Anyway, the hell was I saying? What the hell was I saying? Now I just went right out of my head. Do you see that? Do you fucking see that? It went right the fuck out of my head. What? Oh, Paul Newman. Anyway, Claudette was the one that did the set designing on Mad Men, among many of her movies. She worked with Al Pacino. I mean, everybody. She's like, yeah, he's shorter than you. So Claudette, she probably hates me mentioning this. She was fantastic. I love Claudette. She's an animal lover. Definitely just in the industry. Anyway, she comes to our house one time, and no, Paul Newman wasn't hiking. Claudette and I were hiking. So yeah, Jim, I should go back. I think Jim just had a baby. Jim Breslow and I are the same age. That's true. He's a very good looking man, but I saw him post a picture with the baby. I don't know who he's with and where the baby came from. My friend Michael would know that, but who booked me on the show. And Jim got a lot of flack doing the show with me because I talked Epstein Island, satanic pedophilia, Satan. And so he got people call. He's very good looking. He is a Pisces, 1966. We're exactly the same age. Okay. Me and him are the same age. He's 1966, and he worked for Bush, I think. I think he worked for the Republicans, and he's a something lawyer, contractual law, I can't think of it, civil attorney lawyer. So, yeah, he's very, very, very smart, but he would not believe in the satanic pedophilia. And so we did a couple of shows together. I think Young Bush Senior. Jim's my age. So he's been on Fox News. Jim Breslow. He interviewed Caitlyn Jenner with Michael. So Michael does a show. Jim does a show. Anyway, I met Jim through Michael, not the point. And Jim is super good looking. He's a Pisces, 1966. So he's got Saturn on his sun. So he's going to age like fine wine. And just because I know the outer planets, and he's got Uranus and Pluto in opposition to his sun and Saturn. Anyhow, not the point. Not my point. Getting back to cute Paul Newman, who was really only 5'7". So like you're younger at 60. Yeah, born in 67. I'm born in 66. Yeah. So anyway, Paul Newman was 5'7". So that takes him out. Like you probably don't want to mate with him except for those blue eyes. Or you could be a real tall woman and then your kids would be a bit taller. Anyway, Claudette comes to our house. John cannot handle these conversations because Claudette will tell him who's straight, who's gay. And he's like, no, stop it. Like this, right? Anyway, so Claudette's telling him that Paul Newman was gay and it was a beard marriage. And I'm like, and you should have seen his face. You should have seen his face. His face was like, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me, actually. Cat on a hot tin roof, beautiful eyes. Yeah, no, just fantastic. However, yeah, let's see, I'm 5. He's perfect for you, exactly. See, I don't mind short men, but I procreate with tall men. And that's not like I gave it a thought. I just happened to marry older, taller white men from Canada, but not Neil Young. And no, Neil Young. Sorry, no. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about, not my Paul, I wanted to talk about, well, if you're going to have kids, you don't know if you're going to, I think he was bi. Yeah, we call that gay when a man lets it, you can say bi all you want, really they're gay, okay? So like, don't get mad at me for saying that. Okay, if they're on drugs and they're fucking men because they're high on like whatever to make money, and that's transactional sex and societal sex, like in prison or whatever. But if you're sleeping with a woman and having babies with a woman, what do you have, 4 or 5 kids, something like that? Anyway, if you're doing all that shit, right? I'm sorry that you like Neil Young music. Anyway, if you're doing all that shit, when you're in your 50s, you're probably going to want to be with a man. You're not going to take it in a male way from a man and not be gay. I'm just not. Yes, I'm very judgmental. And it's not me. Shut the fuck up on here. Okay, here's what I'm going to ask you. When people go, wow, you're judgmental. First of all, if someone rapes a child, are you going to judge them or are you going to date them? Are you going to date them? Yeah, I call bisexual greedy. It's bipolar. It's, what's the other thing? It's a whole bunch of manic behavior. And sometimes they want a beard behind a woman. He was in Hollywood at a time when you couldn't be gay. You could not be gay. Look at Rock Hudson, most beautiful man on the planet. I'm still standing by that. You know, like, no, it's honesty. I know if you're dating a man and he has a criminal record for raping a children, are you going to say I'm judgmental because I don't want to be with him? Because if you say that, you're confusing judgment with discernment. People have discernment when they pick what they're doing. Anyway, I feel, not my business, okay? I feel if you are married to a woman, don't hide behind a woman to keep your career and have kids. Yes, exactly. Child rapist. Anyway, let's see. You're not doing. Well, I am speaking honestly. He was gay. That's what my friend told me. I'm just saying John was very upset. So was Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner was, you know, and I think I confused him with Larry Flint. Larry Flint got the chicken, lost the chicken's virginity. I can't go there anymore. But anyway, Hugh Hefner was gay. Yeah, he liked just porn. He was a narcissist, a sexual narcissist. So they will have, yeah, not just, God already said, well, I don't even know about that. I just know that if I fall in love with a man and I find out that he molested a child, I'm going to make a judgment called discernment, and I'm not going to be with him. If I'm married to a man and I know he's gay going into the marriage, then I'm an asshole to other women by marrying him for money or whatever, or making that deal. That's a business deal. Stop calling that a marriage. Stop. Oh, Kanye is definitely gay. This I know. I look pretty butch. That's nice. Anyway, yeah, I don't care if you call me a lesbian. You call me whatever you want. Anyhow, if you are hiding behind a woman to have children, I have an issue with you. Yeah, Don Johnson, used to love him. Real problem. But if you have a problem with that women are being beards for men, for money, for kids, to do that, if you have a problem with that, then there's a problem with you. If you call that judgment, you call it what you want. I'm not going to not hire them from a job because they're gay. I'm not going to do anything like homosexual, gay, whatever. I call it gay. I know gay means happy, but lesbians are lesbians and gay is gay for the men, whichever. But anyway, anyhow, I'm not going to not hire you. Judgmental would be like, you don't deserve food, you don't deserve water, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve that. That would be judgmental. But I'm sure as fuck not going to marry you if I find out you're sleeping with men. If you're sleeping with men, if that's what you're doing, why would I marry you? Why would I want to even do that? Why would I want to do that? What would be the point? There'd be a point. It's a business transaction and you're going to pay my way. So I'm basically prostituting my life because you like dick better than you like, you know what? Sorry if you want to call it judgmental. It's just, and I don't care. Call me whatever you want. You want to boycott me because I'm judgmental? Do it. You can't stop me from doing anything. So fucking do it. Is it gay to be gay? Me mean gay like the way we used to use it. I know we can't use the word gay like, that's so gay. We can't use it, right? Michael Jackson. I do feel Michael Jackson was, yes. But I also feel Michael Jackson was really fragmented. I feel like he was completely fragmented in his brain. So I feel a little bit sorry. Yeah, Lenny's fantastically sexy. Love Newman popcorn. Okay, so let's talk about the sexual thing. And definitely, you can call me whatever you want because you can't fuck with my image, okay? I'll be whatever I want. And keep in mind, I'm going to be looking a lot more butch as I continue my tattoos and probably shave the back of my head more. It doesn't mean I don't like dick, though. But if you want to think that's what it means, you think that's what it means. Anyhow, Andy Dick. Oh, well, Andy Dick is a bit of a predator. But is that judgment? I mean, he's a bit of a predator, if you want to say it. Andy Dick is a complete dick. He is a complete dick, though. He's in the same line as, well, just because you're butch or straight or gay or whatever doesn't mean you're not beautiful, right? Paul Newman's gay and he's absolutely fantastic looking. You know, Andy Dick admitted it. Yeah, there's a problem. He's predatory. Very, 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 very predatory. And the reason I cut my hair, it's funny how they think when you cut your hair short, you're butch. I'm going to word it a different way. David Spade's another one. People who can cut their hair short have nicer looking faces that they don't have to hide. So when you're being judgy about that, just consider that. If you can cut your hair short and look good with no hair, then you are blessed with good bone structure. So I'm going to thank my mother for that and tell you to fuck off. Fuck off. All right, so let's talk about the sexual transference. Speaking of Andy Dick, let's speak about sexual transference. So I've had like 3 conversations this morning, right? I know we make judgments every day. People are like, it's not nice to be judgmental. Well, then go fuck the neighbor's pedophile husband. Go do it. Go do it. If he fucks your dog, fucks your horse, or fucks a kid, you should marry him. He's a good choice for you. No judgment on your part, right? No judgment. Whatever. Anyway, when, yeah, exactly. I mean, whatever. Whatever. So, yeah. Well, yeah, you say that. I'm going to come back here, whoever this person is. When you say that, you do not know the meaning of judgment. I'm going to say it to you again. If you literally are in a relationship with a pedophile and you are not judging, there's something wrong with you. If you are in a relationship with somebody that has sex with children and you don't judge them, are you saying that you're not supposed to judge them? Because you would have to make a judgment. You would have to do that. And I'm not God, so I don't care if I judge or not. I'll deal with my consequences when I cross over. If I feel like I don't want to be around with something, whatever it is, if you're a crack smoker, I'm going to fucking judge you. I don't want to be around you. So my judgment is discernment for my personal safety. So understand that, right? Understand that. Discernment for personal safety is not judgment. Judgment is, I'm not hiring that person because they're black, they're white, they're Asian, they're gay. I don't know, they're 5'2", they're 6'1", they were on the swim team, they were doing cartwheels in the hallway, they're missing a tooth, whatever. So keep it very clearly about what judgment is and what discernment is. Mental patience, don't judge. Discernment, you do every day. Do you walk down a street with blindfolds on? No, you make a judgment, right side, left side. Safe street, not safe. Do I walk by the homeless tent? Are you making a judgment? Go eat dinner in the homeless fucking tent then if you're not going to make a judgment. I am going to make a judgment. I want to eat in the homeless tent. So shut the fuck up. All right. So there, I know, not a judge. I know, do not judge. Oh, it's totally been, I don't care. And you can say I'm politically incorrect. You can say Tom Cruise is definitely a weirdo. You can say I'm politically incorrect. I'm vulgar. You can call me a dyke. You can fucking call me anything you want. A whore, a cunt, whatever. I don't care. I'm still going to speak the way I want to speak. You're not going to shut me up. If you don't like it, then get off my channel. No, it really doesn't matter. You can call me whatever you want. And people should know that. Nothing the public says to me bothers me because I know who I am. So tough. Anyway, I don't even know if it's righteous. I just don't like what I don't like. If you're smoking crack, I'm really not going to sit down and talk to you in a fucking diner. If you have red sores all over your mouth, I'm not eating dinner next to you. If you have a tent on the sidewalk and you shit outside your tent, I'm not going to sit in there with you. Call it judgment. Definitely it's judgment. I am definitely making a fucking judgment. So sue me, okay? Get in line with the name calling. Anyway, oh, fuck. Okay, so now that we've established that, and by the way, if you have kids that are gay or straight, you're going to love your kids anyway, I'm sure. I mean, you should. It's unconditional. But if you had a choice for your kids to be whatever they were going to be, you would want them to get along easily in the world. So you wouldn't want them to be a drug addict, a pedophile, in some kind of weird thing where they want to change everything about them into a palm tree. You wouldn't want that. You would want them to have a relatively easy life without being the target of people's abuse. It's abuse you're talking about. So because someone's gay or straight or whatever, if they come into work and you are not hired because of that, that is judgment used wrong. But if you personally don't want to be around it, I don't like being around, certain kinds of people, right? Right. Nobody said anything about your teeth and disability. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, I don't know anything about that guy. I don't do fashion at all. I wear wife beaters and leggings. Like, I'm not into fashion whatsoever. John Travolta's gay. I'm literally not into any fashion whatsoever. We carry guns in Los Angeles, unlike Canada. We carry guns. We have guns at our front door, and I'm going to say that too. You want to judge me? I have guns, shotguns, loaded guns, and I carry a knife, and I carry a taser. And I carry a bat in the trunk of my car and a ski pole. Because you know why? Keithy, when he was little, my boys and John went to the Goodwill, and they had a ski pole. So they cut the ski pole in half, and they literally filed the sharp point of the ski pole so that when I was hiking, I could jab someone in the face. That's what we do. You want to judge me? Go ahead. Okay, yeah, come near me. Unlike Canada, knock on my door, come in my door. There's going to be a fucking problem. That's it. That's just it. Sorry, I'm for guns and weapons. Y'all got security guards. Barbara Streisand, oh, no guns. She's got a fucking security guard around her with a gun. So it's okay for that. You have security with a gun. But I can't have a gun because you think the gun's bad for me? Why would that be? Why would that be? Why would that be? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's look at the energy. I talked to 3 clients today who were asking about, and it's weird, one friend and 2 other clients that were asking about how entities got on them. And besides people throwing, energy at people, in other words, sending demons out after you, understand this very clearly. And I'm going to tell you a little story. There's lots of occult shops in Los Angeles, okay? Lots field hockey stick. Yeah, I'll fucking boomerang you with the field hockey stick. Ka-ching. No one's gay bashing, you stupid slut. I'm calling you a slut, though. There's no gay bashing. There's slut shaming on your end, okay? So deal with it. Anyhow, so anyway, they were asking because There's a couple of occult stores in Los Angeles, right? And they make candles for people. So they are well versed in all of the occult. I'm sorry, that's terrible. I know. They were well versed in all of the occult practices. So if you are, Wiccan, if you are voodoo, if you are just a white witch, if you are dark magician, if you are a Satanist, all of these occult stores actually service all of the people that deal with these different kinds of modalities. All right. So when they're doing candles, somebody like me could go in Santeria, exactly. Voodoo, Santeria, hoodoo, exactly. And with Santeria, voodoo, hoodoo, and Satanism, and when you're working with Satan, you're calling in particular gods. So understand that. When you do troll be gone, ignore, exactly. I don't care. I'm just going to say what I want to say. Anyhow, when you do certain things, like let's say you want money or you want to get fertility, so you want a fertility candle. There's a lot of that goes on. Women, they want to get pregnant, so they're trying to get pregnant. So they get a fertility candle. So there you go. See, gays love me. That's good because I know many of them and am friends with them. So shut up. Not you. So you go in and like somebody like me, if I wanted fertility, I would use the candle. For example, I would either use a chakra candle to unblock my chakras so that I could get pregnant, or I would use a candle to bring in abundance in the way of fertility. Because remember, we talk about people being pregnant and you could drink holy water. I told her to drink holy water. That's interesting because who's preparing the holy water? So are you using salt and rosemary to make your holy water, or are you believing in a priest's holy water? Because the priests pray over the holy water. So what is that priest's intention? Although I do go get holy water out of a church to clear certain people's rooms in my houses. I have done that. Okay, so I have you can make your own holy water, and I've definitely gone to get holy water to mix it up when I saw the warthog in my house. Long story. Anyhow, not the point. But so let's say you want fertility. So somebody who's doing Santeria might not knock it up a level. Just like Catholics pray to saints, Santerians conjure up. There's conjuring of entities. So an entity to help with your money, an entity to help with your wealth and abundance. Entity, unknown, non-human, whatever, entity. Okay. So when you're, and a lot of people do it misinformed. Okay. They do it misinformed. They're not aware of what they're doing. But when you're calling a saint whatever, and you're calling it in, what is it? Because it's not in human form. So be very aware of that. Once they attach to your physical body, right? Once they attach to your physical body, because you need them, right? You need them, right? So once they attach to you because you want money, power, fame, good sex, a million women, whatever, once that happens, right? Then what happens to you, right? Just think about this for a second. You try to get rid of them, but they're like, she keeps calling me in when she goes broke. So they give you the money for a while, but you have to call them in repeatedly. People do not know what they're doing. I don't need the entities to help me at all. I just pray through God for safety for my children, for my pets, for my family, stuff like that. But ask yourself, no, a lot of counter occult type of religions will call in. They will do this. Like when you look at Buddha, literally when you look at Buddha, all of the things that they pray to are the demigods that come in. Don't yell at me. Buddhism is fantastic. But what I'm saying is, even with Catholic saints, you're picking up something going, this person's going to help me, right? The devil comes in. There's ways to conjure up. There's candles that they do in these stores that are literally satanic candles. And it was really funny because the last time John and I were in one of the stores, understand occult shops have all of the occult, it is your intentions, 100%, have all of the occult things that you need for astrology candles. So you might use blue and white for business. You might use yellow and blue for business communication. You might use white to purify. You might use silver, on Saturdays to bring in all the negative energy and attach it and neutralize it, right? So you're not asking for a deity to do it. You're just using the work of astrology and the timing of the candle and the color of the candle according to astrology, the planet you want to use, Mercury, purple, whatever, blue. So you might go along those lines, right? So that's one way of doing it. But then they have other things that are for other forms of metaphysical work, right? So the metaphysical work that you're doing and the way that it is intentionally done. So are you doing it this way or are you doing it that way? What are you pulling in? You're using herbs, you're using oils, you're doing all kinds of things, but what are you pulling in? Like, what is your mindset, right? So anyway, John and I, this is before Keith died. So we're down in the store and there's a bunch of Luciferian worshiping, getting satanic candles kind of a thing going on, which doesn't bother me. I'm actually really interested in all forms of religious theology, spiritualism, occultism, so that I become knowledgeable about how it works from people that are real people doing this. So there's all kinds of things all over. Oh, my couch says Satan going to win the lottery tonight. So there's performance art where they use demonic inspiration for art. There's all kinds of things that go on in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, okay? I'm and everywhere all over the world, right? Sorry. So we were in this store, and one of the guys in the store who used to own another store is talking about the African ritual he watched in Africa. And he was like, the little kids in Africa smoke the cigarettes when they call the demons in. He actually was describing this. When they call the demons in, okay? Literally said that the women in the tribes would offer their bodies up for sex with the demons, right? So they would say that. They would offer their bodies up for sex with the demons. And then they would die. Do you see what I'm saying? So they do that in Haiti too. The little kids smoke the cigarettes to keep the demons away. All right? Like little kids, because the demons will attach to the children too. This is what they do. So I'm hearing this conversation. Meanwhile, John's like, they're Satanists, right? I'm like, yep, I know. So in our 33 years of life together, we have gone through many of these things, right? Yes, exactly. So we have learned, and he knows a lot separately through, and he was in private school with the Jesuits, John was, the same school that Prince Andrew went to, actually, in Vancouver College. And you learn the rituals and which rituals kind of cross over between different religions, different things, right? So you learn that. So we would get drunk and do Ouija boards. Yeah, exactly. Well, they said the cigarette smoke did. I don't know. I'm just going on what this gentleman was telling us about. And he's like, they have sex with the demons. And then I had another friend whose husband was a billionaire, and they went to Africa and did the sacrificing. I didn't believe her when she told me at the time. I'm talking almost 15 years ago. But she said that she would accompany her second husband to African countries to talk to witch doctors. This is what she told me. Am I believing it? I never saw her do it, and the guy was dead, right? So anyway, he was a billionaire, and he was Canadian too, but that's not the point. So people will tell you things and you don't believe them because either you're stubborn, you're prideful, you're doing all kinds of things. But she would say she wouldn't go in on it, but that's what he said he was doing there, right? Also, I know it's very true. No, I know it is very true. So no, I mean, I'm just witnessing it in the store. So I will get my colored candles at the store, but here's what I'm trying to explain to you. If you have a practitioner at a store, right, do a candle for you, which I did for years. A lot of people have done. It's called dressing the candle. So you might put cloves in for money, peppermint cloves, whatever, for money, right? You're dressing the candle. So understand the intention of the person dressing the candle can go back with you. So one of these store owners told me that a counter store owner in Los Angeles was sending huge demonic things to her to block her store. So just imagine this. Imagine if you're dressing a candle and you send a demon out with the candle. You send an entity. You send intentionally, you call an entity to said candle, right? And then you send the candle home with somebody. The candle attaches to that energy, right? So, wait, who is that? I have no idea what you guys are talking about. So he was a Catholic priest, he was a psychic and could... I have to look that up. Yeah, cloves are great for toothaches. You're exactly right about it. But you also have to understand that you're talking about Paul Snyder, Dorothy Stratton. I don't know if you were talking about that. Also Canadian. Anyway, you have to understand that there are people in the occult community who are jealous, envious, mentally ill, crazy, or let's look at it in a different way. They are possessed because they are calling in entities to help them. Witch wars, exactly. They are calling in entities to help them acquire what they want. Most people want money. A lot of people from Ghana, a lot of people from Africa. Most people want money. They want power. They want fame. They want whatever. So they go and they start praying. Possessed, exactly. But it can be outwardly possessed. Now, another way that it happens, which people don't even understand. So imagine the demon is in you for whatever reason. And when I say in you, I don't mean like poltergeist, and I don't mean like, The Exorcist. I'm not talking fully possessed, like where it's in you and your head's spinning and you're like that. Not like that. In your energy field, okay? You have to be really far gone. For example, what's her name? Nicki Minaj talks about that little boy inside of her that just won't leave sometime. That's because she called him in. You got it? She called that fucking little boy in, and now he's in. So he found a way into your house. It's like getting rid of a wild animal that you feed. They do ride and follow, but just let's look at this. Parasitic in their expressions. So let's say one attaches to you, or somebody like Nicki Minaj. Now, Nicki Minaj, let's say she wanted to go out and have a lot of sex because she's Nicki Minaj. She's got a cute body. She's got long fingernails. She likes to suck dick, whatever it is, right? So let's say Nicki heads out. She sleeps with 3 different men. Now, these men like her because she's, first of all, very famous. Yes, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, let's say she wanted to have sex. She's very famous. Put any famous person in there, right? So she's having sex. Every time she has an orgasm or sex, the entity comes and transfers. So you being a guy or a woman sleeping with her, whatever, man, woman, I don't give a fuck what she is. If she's having sex and the entity is in her energy field, the act of sex with random people or multiple people who are dirty but do not have herpes or a bunch of anything else, it definitely switches back and forth. So one of those guys, girls, whatever, whoever she's sleeping with goes home to their partner, and suddenly their partner's like, oh my God, what the hell happened, right? What the hell happened to me? So one of their partners is like, I don't even understand, what's been going on. I don't get it, right? So they end up taking that energy with them. You can watch when you touch people's hands. You can watch yes, but I'm not saying her in particular. It's anybody that has a lot of sex. What is coming out of that person's energy field? Look for these little fuckboys all over the internet, right? These men that go between. Understand, if you have an energy in you because you're on drugs, you're on alcohol, anybody on meth, any fucking buddy on meth, okay, long time for you to come clean. Why do you really think they say in rehab you shouldn't be having sex with other people? I know they say you'll pick the wrong person because you're not like normal anymore or whatever. I mean, because you have to get your time to get your mind done or whatever. But here's the problem. It's not that. The reason, at least metaphysically, that you don't have sex for a year after you're in rehab, because you're supposed to be detoxing yourself, detoxing the entities, the thinking, the process, right? Oh my God, like rock stars, they're literally glomming on and it's going with you home. Right? I didn't mean to use Nicki Minaj exactly like that, but it's going home with you. And they think that condoms are going to stop it. No, you're energetically connected. You're connected through energy. So like when you stand right, okay, so say this is a person and this is a person. These are two different people. So person A and person B, when they get close right here, even here, their energy fields are connected like that. They're connected already. That's why you have recognition of somebody like a lover in your life or whatever. You have recognition of them because they've already come into your auric field, your energy field system. Even on a dream level, even your children are floating in and out of it. So when you get pregnant, you know if you're going to have that one or not. You know what I'm saying? They come in, they feel your energy. It's about energy, not the physical. Although sex is about an orgasm, I get it, and love and procreation and all of that. But I'm talking about these people that have many, many partners. It is a form of binding, and they will often use their energy during sex. Now, if you're smart, you block it, okay? If you're smart, you block it, all right? Like, in other words, when they have an orgasm, you literally block like you block with your mind. If they look at you in the eyes, you can actually, in your head, mentally send it back. If you got to look in their eyes. I mean, like, I'm assuming you should, unless he's from behind, whatever. Graphic, sorry. But I mean, I'm assuming that you look in their eyes and stuff. Be very careful with that kind of thing. You have to block. So you have to think things in your head, right? I know, right, Mindy? Oh. Let's see. Yeah, well, if whoever's carrying the dirt, so like if you're in love with somebody and they're a drug addict and they're a closet drug addict and they're out doing drugs and pretending or drinking is super bad. People who drink a lot, they're so fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid, okay? You're just stupid. People who do meth, dumb. People who do stimulants, dumb. Stimulants blow the chakras right open, okay? They blow them right open. They accelerate the body's energy field and pop things, right? Yeah, no talking. That's right. Put the money on the table. No talking, no kissing, no nothing. But what I'm saying to you is you don't know who you're with. I'm talking one night stands. I'm talking if you were a rock star, you know, an actress or whatever. If you were that person, I'm saying to you, literally pay attention to who is around you, because as soon as you get into person A, person B, and they're at a bar and they're like talking or they're dancing, boom. Energy is so close, but it's close auric field. And narcissistic people or people devoid of a soul or fuck boys and fuck girls, whatever you want to call them. Oh, shape-shifting, please. I've seen shape-shifting. When I was a teenager, I saw shape-shifting big time. I kicked people out of my bed. I'm like, and I was never friends with them again. These were little like teenage friends. I was like, get the fuck out of my house. Oh, I saw all kinds of things. I don't know if they were aware of it, but because everybody did drugs, the entity would literally come out of the physical person. So they're on top of you or whatever. TMI, too much information. And they come out. So the person's face is here and they come out. You've seen it in the movies. They literally do that. So they are hiding behind the person. And if you actually saw what you were having sex with, you wouldn't do it. I'm talking about fuckboys, promiscuous people, sex addicts. Sex addicts are being propelled by an energy that is hiding behind them because sometimes they don't even know why they fuck what they fuck. Story, case in point. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I had a client, I was like 24, and I had a client, a young man very close to my age. Might have been, I don't know, might have been 24, 25. I really can't remember. Thank you for the super chats. So this young man, very handsome, drug addict, on meth, on cocaine, you know, party animal, drug addict, all of that shit, right? So he, anyway, he came in for a reading. And when he walked in, I've told this story before, in walked a long brunette-haired girl wearing like a red dress. And she kind of sat, like I could see her briefly, like she kind of put her shoulder on his shoulder like this, like she was, you know, in heels and she was in a red dress and she was like this. And I said, who's the chick beside you, right? And I described her. He had no idea. Took me several readings to figure out that that girl was a prostitute, had been a former prostitute, had died, got into his energy field while he was partying. And here's a kicker, lonely, okay, with no, People who have hobbies, they play tennis, they scrapbook, they run, they ride horses, they do whatever, right? So, all of that, he had none of these hobbies. He felt kind of lost, was away from his family, depressed. So, she had many ways in. She clung to him and literally would shake her head, like, I'm not leaving. So, he was a formerly straight man, according to him. And suddenly he was out there sleeping with men and women for drug money. This is because this is what she wanted. So a lot of times your addicts and your drug addicts have an attachment to them that wants that energy to do, meaning you, the person, to keep being Johnny fuckboy or Bobby fuckboy, whatever, keeps wanting you to be that person, right? And if you are that person, they are living vicariously through your energy. So they get in your head and they're like, you need more sex. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. At the same time, let's look at, no, it's very true. I'm sorry. It's very true. So let's look at this in a little bit of a different way. If they come into your energy space and field, right? If they come into your energy space and field, they will continue to propel you. They're the ones that get in your head. Come on, just shoot up a little more. You like it. It's so sexy. We can go fuck those girls down the street. They are in your energy field doing that. Okay. So when they do that, you have to be very aware of whether it's you or them. Do you see what I'm saying? Is it them or is it you? Right. So this happens with addicts a lot. This is why they fail 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Narcissists are very similar, very, very similar. Very similar in that they don't have a soul energy. So they're hiding behind somebody with a soul energy. But I've saw it since I was a little kid. They can cause a depression. They're not going to help you get out of the depression because they're going to tell you to do drugs. They're going to encourage you to commit suicide, which is murder. A lot of your people that commit suicide, it's actually murder from spirit energy blathering in your head. Just kill yourself that you think are your thoughts. You're a useless piece of shit. You sack of crap. That's what drugs open you up to. Drinking opens you up to that. So the way to get clear of it is to have respect for the body. Not on, not off, not on, not off. Complete and thorough respect for the body. As much as you can. We're all going to fuck up. We all going to make mistakes. We all do that. But you need respect for the body. So when you have respect for your body, you're going to say to yourself, wait, I don't really want to kill myself. I don't really want to whatever. I just want to, have friends. I want to feel okay. So you have to do things. Just change one thing every day. But if you have a boyfriend, a husband who's on the down low, sleeping with men, those men's spirits aren't going to want them coming back to the wife. So they're going to fuck up your relationship. They're going to fuck up your kids. That's what they're going to do. They're going to screw your money up. And when you get more and more depressed by that, the energy around you stinks like pig pen, so to speak. So you have to be very, very, very careful. Yes, to drink, to do whatever. That's what they tell you to do. So these things, let's see, how can I help my junkie son? You can't. You have to pray. You literally have to pray. You have to pray. And you have to pray that ask God to save your son. That's what you have to do. You have to pray. I mean, that's all you can do. Your grown-ass kid's not going to listen to you. My grown-ass kid doesn't listen to me. But I have done exorcisms in my house, okay? I have done shit. I have seen shit, and I have moved shit out of the house. Deanna and I did. And Deanna does very well using Bible verses while I clean the room with the energy. So I use all of the liquid salts and smokes and clean the room and the crystals. And I pray, Deanna prays out loud. And this is what we do. We did 2 buildings, 2 of our young kid friends in their houses. We did 2 in one day one time. That's what we do. And you have to ask God to take it. So you need the Bible to come in, to use prayer and to use it literally. So Deanna does that part while I go around doing the other stuff. And I use gongs. I use sage. I use salt. I use all kinds of things in the house. And I pray to God. I believe in Jesus and I pray to God. And I read the Bible, but I read it in my head. Deanna speaks it like you see on the movies. She speaks it in order to remove it. So that's exactly what happens. Let's see, a lot of people with 6 meter. Yes, it's because, exactly. Well, Jonathan, that's good. And I too was in the sex industry. The sex industry, the reason that kids, adults in the sex industry are psychic, and it's very common. I know 3 of my stripper friends that work as psychics, tarot card readers, and Reiki healers. Like, we're not, we go from being naked on the stage to, this. Anyway, Florida water is excellent as well. So what you have to understand about the sex worker industry is when you are children, you are also sexually abused, or you wouldn't be in the industry as an adult. So somebody has crossed that boundary. That boundary is a flight or fright boundary. So little kids that are abused, and people in the sex industry that are abused, and people who walk the streets that are abused, and porn stars that are abused, because they're all fucking abused. They have to use their peripheral insight, their intuitive insight, so they don't get murdered, they don't get beat, they don't get who knows. And when you're a little kid and someone's traumatizing you, holy water, definitely. I sprinkled holy water like a crazy bitch. That is when I go. I go to a particular church. I like St. Charles Church in North Hollywood. I like that one. So I go there. But I will stop at any church to get holy water and then mix it with other things. I also put salt around the door, salt around the bed, salt on the windowsills, and I do all kinds of things. But you, in the sex industry, very psychic, okay? Very, very, very psychic, because they're in the midst of everything is not as it appears. Everything is completely different. And people in the sex industry, 9 out of 10 times, not saying this is your case, 9 out of 10 times have been sexually abused in childhood. So we should be making judgments against people who babysit our kids, people in the family that abused us, people who are in the Catholic Church, people who are in the Mormon Church, people who are in the Jehovah's Witness Church, people in every kind of church, people in school, coaches. You need to make discernment about them, because they're the ones that get your kids. That's why your kids are in the sex industry. It's not the other way around. People are like, that's the bad seed in the family. No, that kid was abused. Get a grip. Their parents or the adults. Himalayan pink salt, white. I'll use any kind of salt. Okay, so, and I use sage and I use everything. Okay, prayer is the best. That's what we do. I also use, where do I have it? Oh, hold on a second. Okay. I also use, it sounds weird. There's certain angelic tongue, okay, that you can use in order to open. So you can use angelic speech in order to fight the demons. That's when they present themselves to you. So I have obsidian, this is golden sheen obsidian daggers, but I use daggers. So when I come in to clearing a house, I'm already clearing when I come in, okay? Like literally, and I'm saying prayer in my head. So angelic speech, yes, exactly. And so that's what I'm doing, right? So like this is what I'm doing. So I'm going in the house doing that. I'm protected with crystals like a crazy person. And that's a form of light language, but something I was taught a long time ago. I'll just call it the angelic speech. Yeah, LSD works too. But anyway, yeah, you speak in tongues. Yeah, pray in and out of tongues. Yeah, you can do any number. Light language is another type. I'm not speaking about light language, but I do pray to Jesus and God. And Deanna speaks it out loud. Well, I clean the room. Deanna cleans, we clean. And actually, we've had people whose houses we've cleaned call while we're leaving and have seen and said they saw a little entity walk out of the house. So that's what I do. But I also carry literally daggers. You can do the cross on the floor. You can in what you can do is ask God to help you right there and then. You can do that. Yes, you all can. I can't remember it. It's been years ago. But you will be attacked for prayer. They will fucking attack you because they want to live. What you're doing when you're praying, have you ever tried to kill a cockroach with a bug bomb? You're still going to have cockroaches, right? So cockroaches never die. This is how demons are. Yep, they jumped. One time I was up in Palm Springs with the kids and John and my cousins. My cousin used to own a spa hotel, and all the Orthodox Jewish people would fly in. That's who he catered to. Fly in from New York and spend the winter there. So his hotel was completely filled with Orthodox Jewish people, the ones that can't turn the lights on and they wear the wigs. Very, very traditional Jewish people. Anyway, we were staying in the one room that he left for family members, right? So we had a big room. We had double beds. The boys had their little cots out in the other room. And we were staying out there. And I swear to you, me and John were watching TV and I looked over at him. I literally saw something jump into his throat. He literally jumped up. This is true. He literally jumped up. The kids were like 7 and 10. Jumped up, literally jumped up, started trying to get it out of his throat and tried to outrun it, ran down the stairs, out the building in the middle of the night, up the street to the 7-Eleven, kept running around until he projected it out of his throat. He felt it jump in. I saw it jump in. No, I'm serious. If you're open, you're open. Okay, if you're open, you're open. And where people are crazy is they think it can't happen. You could have a couple of glasses of wine at dinner. You may black out. Are you blacking out or is... Yes, well, I mean, they're in the hotel with us. I mean, that's just the hotel I'm staying in. So I'm just telling you about my cousin's hotel. It's not a fucking judgment, okay? Anyway, so it's not a judgment. Anyway, John is very open. He's got a lot of Pisces in his chart. So, and he's got Neptune in the 12th. So he's got a lot of Pisces, but I actually witnessed it. Plus he drinks, okay? So when you drink, so you have to actually watch that. So, but at this time we were with the kids and we were just on vacation. And so the next morning we told my cousin Brent, and Brent was like, yeah, I heard that guy tries to do that in the room. I'm like, so you weren't going to fucking tell me? He goes, I figured you'd figure it out. And I'm like, dude, you need to tell me because I would have cleared the little fucker out of there before he jumped from the ceiling and tried to get into John's throat. But that's actually what happened. So yeah, Pisces can be very easily overtaken, but that's the actual truth. I watched it jump in and I watched him run. He was like up the street. Anyway, it went away, but he was like, I'm getting the fuck out of this room. So they do try to get in. You can command them out. Like if that's just a spirit energy, like quote, a earthbound soul. All right. Something that's stuck to earth and wants to come into your body because they want to feel. So you just literally can shout them out. I don't let them in. As soon as I start feeling like this, because they tap on my crown chakra, I can feel myself being pulled. I'm like, get the fuck away. I told you to stand in front of me. That's why I was a stripper. Don't touch me. That's why I'm clairaudient, clairvoyant. Don't fucking come in. I'm not a trance channel anymore. So you can definitely do that. I don't think painkillers block them. I think they come in. You're not going to feel them. You can feel them pulling on your crown chakra for real. So when you're having sex with people, understand they don't even have to do that. They literally just cross into your energy field. So it's like walking through a smoky bar when you could smoke in a bar. And it's like feeling the smoke on the bar, right? And walking through the bar with the smoke. So that's actually what happens. So I grab and remove them. Yeah, I'm like, fuck, I start screaming. I'll run. That's why some religions, like the Jewish religion, the Sikhs, they cover their crown chakra. Why do you think they're doing that? Seriously, I know we look at it as just like a silly religious whatever, but that's why they're doing that. They're covering their doorway here so they can't get in. Read scripture. Exactly. That's what they're doing. But yeah, it is. They're covering this area. So you'll see really sensitive little kids. They wear toques on their head all the time. So you can't get in. That's exactly right. It's all energy. It's not silly. They're actually smart. They're blocking it. Wear a tinfoil hat. Exactly. Yes. Now do you see? Somewhere back in their lineage. Now, little kids may think it's stupid because no little kid wants to, do their religion or their family's religion or whatever. But when you actually look at what it is, blocking the crown chakra, this is good. This is why I wear certain crystals on me. I stack them in my bra. I have them in my pants, have them in my shoes. I have them everywhere. I have them here. All my rings are crystal. That's why I have it. So you have to watch who you let in. I love Jesus too. I love Jesus. I love God. Anyway, you have to literally watch who you sleep with, because if they're out, if you have a boyfriend and you don't know what your boyfriend's doing, and just look at it in terms of this. If you keep getting yeast infections, you keep getting venereal disease, you keep getting nasty ass shit in your body, that is a physical representation of the dirtiness of the soul. So I'm not saying if you get it, you're dirty. I'm saying if somebody keeps giving you yeast infections, this infections, that infections, chlamydia, you know, syphilis, gonorrhea, whatever. I see these signs all over Hollywood. Whatever it is, if you keep getting that shit from somebody, right? So if you keep getting that, then that is the physical representation of what your mate is bringing to you. What is going on energetically? What is going on energetically? Seriously, remember, anybody who wants to debase you is not of God. So men that are sex addicts, which one of my friends says is an oxymoron, because men like to fuck, young men like to fuck, right? So they're like, you know, you can't really call them all sex addicts. But I'm saying people who are disrespectful sexually, I'm not saying you're not going to have a few, whatever, but who are disrespectful sexually are being provoked by an energy that wants to gather more fuel. So let's look at it that way. They're gathering more energetic frequency from you. Meanwhile, you are giving. So it's like they're taking all your bread, they're taking all your cheese and all your apples, and you are getting depleted. And now you're starving hungry, and you're like, I'm starving hungry. And all of that is happening, right? Yeah, we all dated a devil in college. Exactly. But what you're doing is you have to be very clear. Hormones cause a lot too. But me too. Yeah, I have a lot more power when I don't have sex. So, you know, yeah, but and I can control myself a lot better because I don't care. In other words, if I'm having sex with somebody, which is really hold on, which would only be in my marriage. Hold on, you guys, 1 second. Oh. Oh shit. Let me just come on in. I'm just finishing. There's your friend. Sorry, door was locked. Okay, so I've got to go. But just so you know, if you're having sex with your marriage partner, your partner, that is awesome. But if you're randomly dating to have sex, you're going to lose all your power, all your energy, because you're going to become emotionally attached to them. More so women, I think, but your dream catchers. Well, be careful of what dreams you catch with the dream catcher. So you're going to be you need to be very, very conscious of how many people you bring into your life because of the energy transference. So just like people can project certain behaviors onto you, there is an energetic frequency that gets passed during sex. And if somebody is out fucking a lot of gross people, or a lot of people that sign off because it's time for Thai food. Yeah, well, when you don't have sex in any way, your energy is used for so many more productive things. So you're using your frequency to actually move forward in your life rather than become emotionally attached to people who won't return it, right? So there you go. I'm going to get dinner. Okay, bye you guys. Bye.